I were to ask you what your favorite Rob Top level was, most of you would probably choose blast processing. And I can actually understand that. This level's really fun. Like, this level never gets boring. Not only that, but the song is an absolute masterpiece. Blast processing is also rated harder for some reason, even though it's not that difficult. I would probably say this is just a hard level. But that's not the goal for this video. We're trying to make blast processing easier. Easy as in make this a modern 2-star level. So yeah, let's get to work. We have no time to waste. Let me grab a copy of blast processing real quick. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. And here we are, the level editor. Starting off with the iconic 2 saw blade jumps. These guys are easy to remove. Just get rid of the gears. Such riveting gameplay, am I right, guys? I love the part where we had to slide through the structure. That's my favorite part of this level, by the way. We don't really have to do anything about this pad, but I think we should remove these gears out of the ground. And then maybe we should extend this structure this way. Because if the structure is longer, then people would probably feel more safe with it, you know? I mean, I feel safer, so yeah. Ah, yes, these 2 orbs. If you know me, you already know that we have to remove them. You guys remember my older nerfing videos where I used to place a ton of slopes everywhere? Yeah, we're going back to that trope. Okay, I kind of like that, but why do I bonk my head? I'm sure my cube might have gotten a concussion because then I died afterwards. The cube got all discombobulated and confused, so he died. Okay, I think at the end of this yellow gravity portal, I think we should add some pink jump pads. Okay, I kind of like that, and ooh, what if we put the blue gravity portal right here above the 2 spikes? I think for these guys, we could also put some pink jump pads. But I think we might have to lower the other 2 down just in case, because pink jump pads aren't that strong. Go to the gym or eat some protein, pink pad. Maybe even do both. Why does that saw blade need to exist? Alright, how about now? Okay, that's good. What? Okay, let's lower down the yellow portal. Okay, man. Geometry physics are out for revenge, aren't they? And then for this part, it's pink pads galore. And I think I'm just gonna add spikes in the bottom layer, because why not? That is hilarious. Okay, so you see these objects in the background? I know they're supposed to be decorations, but what if we disguise them as slopes? Like, we just put the slope objects in the background, but we hide them. So then they're invisible. That could be pretty funny. I feel like it would kind of work like this. I think right here we should put a yellow pad, but we'll see. It doesn't work, so we need to do something else. Or what if we just bring another one up here, but just make it invisible so it looks like you're hitting the one on the floor? That's totally not suspicious. You're totally not hitting another pad. Okay, what if we bring it to the side instead? Okay, yeah, it will work like that. Maybe raise it a little bit up so the chances of you dying to this pillar is lower. But before we get ready for a lot of fun and excitement, I see a single spike. And if you're new here, you're about to be Camp Miggy cultured. Because in every single one of my nerfing videos, there has to be at least 1 spike in the level. A friendly spike. One who wants to be your ally. One who smirks quite too much. And there's also a possibility you can die to him, so I'm not sure if I want to be his friend after that. Everyone say hello to... Hey, what are you doing here? You can't just cut the line. I know you want to be part of the Camp Miggy cast, but you are a blast processing monster. I'm not just gonna plop you in tow too. No, you're fired. Go to the back of the line. Sorry, folks. We had to deal with a little bit of a line cutter right there. Anyway, everyone say hello to... Oh my gosh, bro. Dude, get your twin brother out of the line. If you're fired, he's fired. Get out of here, you two. Okay, one last time. Everyone say hello to Spicky the Spike. Spicky's in every single nerfing video, even some of my levels that aren't nerfing videos. So I want you guys to flood the comment section with, hello, Spicky. And no, I'm not copying Vortrox, it's called inspiration. Inspiration is where you take an idea from somebody and then slightly tweak it so then it's your own. So no, I am not a copy, I am just an inspiration. Call me Vortrox Jr. if you will. But anyway, yeah, before you accuse me of being a copycat, maybe learn what inspiration means. And besides, I credit Vortrox for the original idea, so yeah. Anyway, now we're on to the best part of the level. well, one of the best parts, the wave section. Yeah! The wave is honestly one of my favorite game modes of all time. But anyway, for this section of the level, I'm actually going to take your guys' suggestions. A few days ago, I actually put a community post for your guys' ideas in this level. And so many people suggested that I make the slopes slidable. If you somehow don't know what that means, in the wave game mode, you can crash into the slopes. I mean, come on, you're watching a Geometry Dash video. You at least have to know what the wave game mode is and what it does. Luckily, with the help of our pal D-Block, that's his actual legal name by the way, don't ask questions, we can just attach him to the slopes, make him big, and bammo kablamo, we can slide on the slopes. Except for that one. We still need to add D-Blocks for every single one of them. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the time lapse. Okay, this one says that in the first wave, Geo appears with an alert that says, attention, you're going into the wave portal. If you guys don't know who Geo is, then you are definitely new around here. Just like with Spicky, Geo is part of my cast. The nerfing cast, if you will. Everyone say hello to Geo. Okay, there wasn't as much excitement compared to Spicky, but I mean, hey, it's Geo. Just like with Spicky, be sure to flood the comment section with, hello, Geo. But with that, we are on to the first ship part of the level. This part is actually very simple because you just fly through a bunch of pillars and that's it. Oh yeah, also let me hide these D-Blocks real quick because they look kind of ugly out in the open. Especially when they're so big, they take up way too much of the level. Alright, so the easiest way we can nerf this section is to copy and paste this pillar and then kind of just spam them across the entire section. And don't start saying, oh, you can die to the gaps. You actually can't. Well, I mean, it's not like anyone's gonna actually die to the gaps. Though I don't think people are actually gonna die there because I feel like people are smarter than that. They would know when to control the ship when things get out of hand. So yeah, that's our main objective. Just spam the pillars across the entire section. I mean, I don't really know what commentary to provide here because this section's pretty short, so I'll see you in the ball section, I guess. Alrighty, we're done with the ship part, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty proud with how it came out. But we don't like the ship anymore. We're on to the ball part, yeah. The ball is my favorite game mode along with the wave. They're both amazing game modes. Ah, look, our first set of quadruple orbs. Since I am Can't Miggy, you already know what I'm gonna do with these guys. That's more like it. Also, if you've looked at this for more than 5 seconds, you would see that there's an orb that has useless next to it. That's because we don't need this orb anymore. So there's really no use for it, thus having the tagline, useless. Now that I think about it, everybody wants me to add a new character in this nerfing series. I might as well just do it. Everyone say hello to the brand new character, Orby. So we have Spicky, Blocky, and Orby, the 3 main things that make up gameplay in this game. Unless you're every end, because I don't think every end has an orb. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think every end has any orb clicks. But yeah, this is what you guys been wanting for a long time. A new character. Look at him. He's so cute. Anyway, enough about Orby. Let's get back to work. There's a pink orb right here. I'm not really sure if we want that to stay, so let's just remove it. And then let's replace it with more gravity portals, because gravity portals are goated. Yay, gravity portals. I love gravity portals. But with that, wave time. And this ain't your grandma's wave section. Oh, no. Because there's a dual portal right here. So scary. It's not that bad. It's literally just 4 clicks. Or I guess 5 if you're gonna go for the coin. But really, this is more of the same as the first wave part, just with spikes instead of naked slopes. And you know what, let's just do something that the first part did. Add D-Blocks everywhere. But we can't do that because there's too many spikes. So you know what we're gonna do? That's how you get rid of spikes, and be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more amazing tutorials like this one. But no, seriously, if you're enjoying the video so far, please hit that subscribe button, as we are currently on the road to 70,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you would like to click that button, it'll make my day, so why not do it? Alright, there we go. Lots and lots of D-Blocks. And don't worry, we will hide them too, because they look kind of ugly like that. Well, would you look at that? The first coin of blast processing. Okay, hear me out. This is one of the best coins in the game. I know that sounds kind of crazy considering the fact that I hate wall coins, but this one's actually done right, because it's harder than the normal route, and since it's a dual, it creates a nice X shape. Also, there's really no need for nerfing this part. We just placed a big D block right here. So really, you should be fine. Alright, that's enough talking about this dual wave section. Here we have 3 pillars. Why do they look like they belong in a ship part? No, seriously, am I the only one who thinks that these guys look like they belong in a ship section? Just for the sake of it, let's put down a ship portal. I mean, cause why not? This already looks like a ship section, so why not add that? I mean, hey, if it works, it works. I'm not wasting that golden opportunity. I like to see this part of the level as a short intermission from the wave to the cube. Speaking of which, it's cube time. That's me when I see an unsolved Rubik's Cube. But anyway, we're not talking about Rubik's Cubes, we're talking about geometry cubes. You know what, for this part, since we're the cube, why don't we bring up my other character? Yeah, I have way too many characters. And that's partially due to the fact that everyone in my community always begs me to add a new one, so you're welcome. But I low-key don't mind it though, so who cares? I just think it's too much, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is Blocky. He's a block. He's essentially the same as Spicky, but he's a block instead of a spike. Alrighty, as you can see for this part, I replaced the pink pad that was right here with a blue pad. And I rearranged the 3 orb clicks you had to do to get past this part, so then it matches up with the yellow portal. Yo, what? They have monuments of Geo now? Or is it Geo's brothers? I'm not sure. Speaking of which, we haven't introduced them yet, have we? Well, the answer is 100% no, because they have not been included in this level yet, not once. Well, as you can see, Geo's brothers are clearly idolizing this statue. Here we have Geo's younger brother, Dash, and here we have Geo's slightly younger brother, Metri. Yes, Geo is the oldest, Metri is the middle child, and Dash is the youngest. You're welcome. There's the Camp Miggy lore. I don't even know what to say anymore, bro. 6 characters? Y'all are crazy. And you guys still want more? No. We gotta stop it right there. I'm not even sure if I'm even gonna keep Orby. I think Orby could just be like a cameo character or something. He appears like every so often. Despite me ranting about the amount of characters I have, let's toss that aside and move on to the UFO section with these disturbing monsters. That man has 3 eyes. I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie, this part could be relatively easy to nerf if we play things right. And by play things right, I mean play with the gravity portals. But before we carry on with the UFO section, someone just had an amazing idea. This viewer states, in the dual wave section, have Geometry and Dash fight for who makes it easier. And that sounds so funny. I honestly want to do it. What if we make it so it's like they're fighting for like a remote control? And this said controller is a nerfing controller. Ah, what a beautiful non-violent scene. Don't worry guys, Geometry and Dash don't hate each other. It's just that classic sibling thing where siblings fight over the dumbest thing. And in this case, it's a remote control that nerfs levels. Don't worry though, after their arguments, Geo offers to buy them ice cream. So at least there's a happy ending, right? An easy way to nerf this is by taking another viewer's suggestion. And this one says, make all of the monsters in the UFO part have really wide mouths. Which, if you think about it, could actually be a pretty solid nerf. Reason being is that Clubstep monsters have mouths. And their mouths can be used as platforms. So, boom. That is kind of weird though. Why would you want to use your mouth as a platform? That right there, kids, is what you call a big mouth. This man can eat all 8 slices of a pizza in 1 bite if he wanted to. This monster needs to go in the Guinness Book of World Records. Oh yeah, also the only 2 monsters I will not make their mouths wide are the coin monster and the first monster. The reason for the first monster being the fact that it's the first one. Why would we want to make his mouth long immediately? And the second one being, it's the coin route. It's supposed to be difficult. And speaking of which, we're going to keep the coin as is because it's already perfect. It's a good coin. If you want it, then you have to do the UFO click pattern. But if you don't, okay, just letting you know that you're missing out on a shiny. Oh, and yeah, going back to this monster, I want to add some spider pads in his jaw. Hear me out on this. It's a pretty good idea, don't lie. You know that saying, don't knock it until you try it. And this is a clear example of that. It sounds dumb, but it's pretty good. Alrighty, here's the 4th monster. You already know the drill, make his mouth wide. Now, obviously, we need to remove the spikes, because spikes just make everything way harder. Unlike this first monster that has spider pads and red pads, this monster will be filled with an absolute mess of blue pads. Quite an amazing idea, isn't it? Because at that point, it's basically RNG for which gravity you're gonna get. Alright, 5th monster, you guys already know the drill. Open wide and say, "Aww." Oh wow, he actually listened. I'm surprised. Clipstep monsters, they're not really the best listeners, I'm not gonna lie. Let me remove this guy's teeth real quick because his teeth are big and pointy and scary. And they're also blue for some reason. Teeth are supposed to be white, not blue. What, has this man been eating too much blue cotton candy or something? Like, bruh. Wear off the sugar, my guy. Nah, but for real, what should be the gimmick for this guy? Let me just delete these ground spikes real quick. Grab half of this guy's body, and then extend it all the way until we reach this three-eyed freak. Now, let me just fill in the gaps, and we will have an absolute masterpiece. Okay, I didn't say it was gonna be good, I just said it was gonna be a masterpiece. A masterpiece of trash. Or no, it's not a masterpiece, it's a disaster piece. But now, let's get to the important part. What should be this guy's gimmick? Maybe we should add some mirror portals in here. Let's just do some good old mirror portal spam. And the best part, we just make these guys hidden. Oh my gosh, this is evil. Alright, now let's see our beauty. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. And we're upside down for some reason. What the heck? I guess we should add a right side up portal before we enter the ship part. Let's just put it inside the ship. Oh man, this part was too much fun. Anyway, now we're on to the ship section, as previously implied. You guys might not see it, but there's actually a simple fix for this part. Just remove all of the spikes that are on the slopes. Make this part like a free fly section. No need to worry about death. Just fly for fun. Yeah, this part took me like 5 seconds to nerf, and guess what? We're on to the second ball part. And this one's also gonna be easy to nerf. You know how? First platform, blue pads. The triple orbs? I could do this in my sleep. But I probably shouldn't take this for granted considering the next level that we're gonna have to nerf. Dude, I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks. It's gonna be crazy. And would you look at that? UFO time. But while we nerf the UFO part, I have a question for you guys. What is your favorite Rob Top level? I'm not talking about custom levels. I'm talking about the official levels. I'll start with mine. My favorite is Finger Dash. That level is goated. It introduces all of the fun game mechanics in Geometry Dash. It's just a great level overall. So yeah, if you have made it this far in the video, why not comment your favorite level? Anyway, I believe this is the 3rd ship part. Hold on, let me check. Well, in this level, it's the 4th one because of this section, but this one doesn't count. We're talking about the official version. Oh yeah, it's definitely the 3rd one. Yo, what is that? That's not part of the actual level, is it? Come on, Rob Top. I understand, we all make mistakes though, so it's not that big of a deal. But the 3rd coin is right here, and I'm not gonna lie, I kinda wanna move it somewhere else. I like the idea of the coin, but honestly, I would prefer to move it elsewhere. Maybe above this Geo statue? I don't really know. I'll try to figure it out. But for now, let's focus on the ship part. Hold on, I have an idea for this monster right here. What if we make it so that he drops down to save you? But we need to see how it'll work, though. Ooh, okay, I actually like that. That's actually pretty cool. And then we can fill in the empty hole with these blocks. What even are those things supposed to be? Just static waves? Okay, bruh. And then add some pink pads on the final one, and I think we are done with this ship section. Yeah, we're done. I think I'll change this spike's location to down here. So then you could just not die to it. If you somehow die to it, how? Alright, 3rd coin time. Let's figure something out. Maybe we can add like an invisible yellow orb or something? Could work, but I feel like most people who are gonna play this level have watched the video. So it could be a cool idea on paper, but yeah, it's not gonna work at all. Maybe we could attach the coin to this memory part? Maybe we can make it so you have to take a massive leap of faith from this block to this block. But as usual, we're gonna have to see if it's actually possible.
Bruh.
Okay, no, it didn't work. Maybe we could extend this block over here and move it a little bit. All right, perfect. Now let's get back to nerfing. Hey, look, there's another Geo statue. We're not really gonna mess with this guy right now. I will probably mess with him after I finish recording this segment. So for now, Geo is safe for my creativity. And as for these orbs, I mean, it's the final stretch. Why not allow people to use their geometry abilities to make it to the end? We will remove these blue orbs, though, because they are just way too complex. I'm just kidding, haters. Don't leave comments calling me a noob, because if you are rude to me, I have full right to be rude to you. Just thought I'd let you know. We'll also keep this 2-spike jump, only it will not be a 2-spike jump. It'll be a 1-spike jump. So then it's slightly easier, but not too nerfed. Then before the memory part, we just get rid of this orb and replace this yellow pad with a red pad. Oh my gosh, that is so close. I mean, I guess we could extend this platform so you can actually land on it. We'll remove this orb and extend this as well. If you guys can't tell, today is a very extended day. I think for this fake spike, we could just remove the entire block and replace it for one of these fake ones. And besides, that spike is one of those invisible spikes. And those guys are evil. They could kill you and then they go invisible immediately. So you can't even blame them when you die. How did I fall for my own trap? We'll just make the memory part auto, but if you want to get the coin, you're gonna have to jump. Sorry, gang, I don't make the rules. I enforce them. And with that, we are finished with easy blast processing. Before we head on to the showcase, I want to thank everyone who has stuck around until this very moment of the video. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I nerf blast processing. This is a really fun level, one of my favorites. And this was also kind of fun to nerf, honestly. And another thing too, I will also add some cool little shader effects, maybe some new decorations. And yeah, with that, I will see you guys after the showcase. Easy processing is officially on my Geometry Dash account now. So if you guys want to play the level for yourself, my account name is Can'tMigYT, and the ID for the level is 131-723-640. But anyway, yeah guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day or night, and subscribe for Theory of Everything too.